But Colin, it's good to speak to you today. You are one of our first delegates onto the Critical War Pipeline Client Acquisition Method Program, which we've just launched. And I appreciate you just spending 20 minutes. I know you're really busy. Wanted to just ask you a couple of questions really about how you have found the course of late, and really just kick off by what did you buy leads previously before coming to us?
Yeah, so obviously I remember talking to you on the calls, Sean, about sort of my previous experience. I've bought leads in the past with, to be honest, limited success. So you're spending sort of 30 to 50 pounds per lead, and so trying to make your money back on those can be hit or miss. To be honest,
I mean, just for the sake of everyone watching, I'll just explain that you're working with a company called Precise Protect.
Yep.
You're based out of Belfast, and the products and services you offer are life insurance, critical illness, income protection, and a few other specialist products as well, which Precise Protect have in place as well. It's fantastic. So I thought I'd just clear that out before people are wondering what's he talking about. But you know, those life insurance leads that you first got, I'm not going to mention the company name that you bought them from, because that's not fair, because there are good companies out there, as we know, that sell good leads.
Yeah.
What was your experience when you kicked off buying those leads? I mean, you ordered how many leads?
It's 25 to start off with.
And about £30 each?
£30, so £750.
£750 is quite a whack. And out of those 30 leads, have you closed any?
One.
So did it cover the cost?
No, not this time. So that we have bought leads before, and you're sometimes strike it lucky, and you may get maybe 2 or 3 sales out of it. But sometimes you are at a deficit, and this time, the latest time I bought leads was at a deficit. Okay. So there's one confirmed sale out of it, and a few maybes that I still need to chase up, but it doesn't look likely given the time frame now.
As time goes on, absolutely, and the nurturing process. So obviously we advertised on Facebook, mentioning about our client acquisition method guide, which you downloaded, which put you into a system which we had developed, and subsequently you booked a strategy call with me. What prompted you to do that? What was it? Just that you really felt that you could generate the leads yourself, or you were looking for?
Yeah. So after sort of obviously buying leads a few times, and getting the quality of the leads coming through, you weren't really getting an awful lot of information off the clients. So you weren't. So I think I thought there must have been a better way to do this. Obviously having the Facebook business page. I was boosting posts myself previously, but I wasn't getting any traction from it. There was a couple of posts I put out. There was more interest with them, sort of specifying sort of specific people and job roles. But again, I wasn't getting names, numbers, emails, which is basically what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the main problem, is that, people will set up a Facebook page, do a few posts, boost a few posts because Facebook tell you to. You can reach 5,000 people and you're rubbing your hands and going, 5,000 people. If I get 2 people, that'd be great. They'll comment. But there's nothing to attract them. There's nothing to capture their information or anything like that. So
there's no call to action.
No, absolutely. So, it's great that you read the guide and, you can see what we were doing. Now you joined the course, you are on a beta program, which has been a great success for you. Would you mind just sharing what happened in the first couple of days, etc., within the course, and how you have found the journey so far?
Yep. So obviously the first few days, then you guys got us all set up on obviously a training program, and then also on sort of the IT side of the CRM system. So obviously from the training program, just going through basic introductions and finding out a little bit more about the course, and then after that, obviously having a couple of meetings then with Chris to get myself obviously set up then on the CRM. So I like to find out how to do things from sort of the the bricks up, so I do,
Yep.
which and I'm not an IT guy, so Chris was pretty patient with me,
Yeah.
in order to get the system kind of set up from that, and then the first thing that we sort of did was get a advert,
Yep.
sort of properly going on Facebook.
Yep.
And to be honest, I've just seen from that then the potential from that ad, and then we were just sitting waiting basically. As soon as it went out, within, to be honest, a couple of hours, then that's when I started getting a few leads in.
Within a couple of hours.
So
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of hours.
Fantastic. And that, I mean, obviously, you know, I spoke to you at the beginning when we initially got you started about, it's one thing I do share quite a lot on the groups and what have you, that I'd look after, and to say, you know, you've got to niche your client, because I think it's very easy. And as a protection consultant myself, when you get started, I sell life insurance. Who do you sell it to? Anyone.
Everyone.
And that's the problem. You know, when you're buying leads, you're buying life insurance leads, the ads are to everyone. You know, you've got no control over the age, the demographic, where they live, what they do for a living, the pages they like, etc. And obviously what we share and teach is how to niche that audience, and you've proven it, and we've proven it with yourself. So it took a couple of hours to get a few leads through. How many leads have you had to date? And that's what, been in a space of a week or so, isn't it?
About a week. 29
leads. And what's the ad spend been on those 29 leads?
Just over £36.
£36. Okay, so we're talking £1.50, you know, less than £1.50 a lead, which is quite, you know, it's a hell of a start. You know, I will say on this, you know, the results are not typical. Sometimes it could be higher, sometimes it could, you know, sometimes be less. But I think we've proven with the methodology with Chris and the team and the guys who are behind the Facebook advertising and the lead generation, we can deliver that. From those 29 leads, how many deals would you expect to do?
Well, with the 29 leads coming in, I think the biggest issue is getting in contact with people. So most of those people I haven't still spoken to yet. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't. But the ones I have, I would expect maybe 3 or 4 days, probably next week.
Okay, so double the amount you would have got with your lead buying 4 times, which is fantastic. And as you know, as part of the program, we've provided a marketing system, which you could say is a CRM, but it's a marketing system, which you don't get with any lead buying process. You know, we call it the client acquisition method, this part of it from the advertising. How have you found that? I mean, do you see that as a longer term?
The system itself, as I say, I'm not an IT guy, so when you first go into it, it's like, you know, and you know, you have given me sort of the logins to go in to have a look at it without actually fully knowing what I was doing until sort of Chris has walked me through it. But once you start understanding the different elements to it, it's fantastic. So it is, and this will definitely be something where I'll even put sort of clients outside of the lead generation, sort of my own clients, my own sort of backlog clients in the system, just to keep track of everything. So it's a great system for you can just.
It's time. I think it's a time saver more than anything, because what it's going to do is you're going to be automating your marketing to new clients. So even, you know, if you're out and about, if you're out there, you know, enjoying some family time, you know that an email's going to that prospect. You know that a text message and even a voicemail drop, you know, which is phenomenal, is happening while you're enjoying, you know, getting on with it. You haven't got to think about, I've got to call so and so. I've got to call so and so.
And what I'm actually finding, just with a particular ad I have out, it's attracting a lot of night shift workers. Okay, so they're obviously replying to the ad at maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And they're then getting that email, getting a text message from myself saying that I will be in contact with them. And then what we can do is then send out another message to them saying, listen, we've got these times, which suits you. Okay, so, you know, you can get those people that normally I wouldn't get to speak to.
So you can actually push them to your own online diary now.
Yeah.
And they can book in themselves at a time that suits them. And obviously, if they're night shift workers, hopefully they'll be awake by 3 p.m. that you can talk to them. So that's phenomenal that the whole system is just working like clockwork. And it's only just started as well. You're only 2-3 weeks into the whole training program, and we've got a load more information to share with you there. But it's great to hear that what we've delivered, and you're on the beta program. You've got the success you had. I mean, 30 odd pounds for 29 leads, and whilst those leads that you haven't contacted yet are being contacted, you may not have spoken to them, but you have contacted them in any way, shape, or form is phenomenal. So would you say you're quite happy the way things have gone?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, times have changed. Where I would sort of have been regularly out sort of speaking to clients face to face, going and meeting them. I mean, that might not be possible at the moment, so we don't know what the future holds. So having this kind of system in place where, I can get leads coming in, I can get chatting to people remotely, and, making sure that we have getting out policies that's going to benefit them. It's definitely, this is a longer term thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way that financial services has been done traditionally of networking events, in a room full of maybe 6 other financial advisors at that time, you've got to try and make yourself stand out. This way, you're becoming a virtual agent. And as a virtual agent, you'll be able to conduct yourself like this. This is a Zoom platform where you can share on the screen the illustrations, the quotations. You can show them everything about the policy while they're sat in the comfort of their own home. And to me, that's the way the industry is going to move. And I think the providers are catching up with it. But it's just phenomenal to hear that the results you're having, and now that you're a lifetime member of the course, etc. Things are only going to get better and better, to be honest. And just a great feedback from you, Colin. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you, and thank you, and thank Chris as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He can join us, unfortunately, as well. He does need a lot of credit to this. I took 2 weeks off and kind of like pushed Chris into it, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. He's given me feedback when I was away, kind of results you were getting, and I was just replying one answer, like, amazing. So as a team, we're there, and it's important to say that we're here to support you, sort of take you by the hand, rather than give you a bunch of videos to look at and say good luck.
No, and I have said that's been a real good point for myself, because just taking that step by step and understanding, so now I can put an ad out without Chris's help. Now I can actually structure my responses again without Chris's help. But he's there if I need him. So it's fantastic on yourself.
You will get to that thing. You get to that stage where you won't need us as much.
Yeah.
But we're there to be able to say, if you're having some challenges and you may find you're not getting £2 leads anymore, you're getting £10 leads.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything wrong with it? That's where we can bring the guys in, look at the copy, look at the ads, tweak it a little bit, look at the email follow-up, look at the text follow-up, etc. It's there for you. It's not just a one-hit wonder what we're bringing, to protection consultants and the like as well. So, no, rest assured, we're not running away anywhere.
Good stuff.
Listen, Colin, I really do appreciate your time sharing this information with me. I'm going to share it on some of the social media profiles that I've got, which you're quite happy for us to do.
Yes.
And I'm sure you may be getting some messages from people who will be finding you to say, has this really happened?
They can certainly find me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But Colin, I really appreciate your time today. And we'll be talking again next week we'll have a mentorship call again next week, and see how we can ramp things up for you.
Good stuff. Okay, cheers, Sean.
Okay, you take care.
Cheers, thanks, Mike.
Cheers, Colin. Take care. Bye-bye.